Hello again, guys. Feels like I was just here a few minutes ago. So we're going to continue on attaching his eye. We gave his body just a few minutes to set. I really want to get him put back together all the way. He is just... I think he's going to be so cute once we get him put back together. And if you didn't see the previous video, this is just a concrete repair glue that I'm slowly squeezing. I've got a rock stuck in there somewhere. And it just goes in to fill gaps and start the wonderful process of putting this poor guy back together. Hopefully, once I get him going, Frankenfrog will not be a fitting name for him anymore. And we'll have to come up with something a little less Halloween-y for him. But, for now, he kind of fits that description very, very well. Let me know what kind of colors you think this guy should get once I get him going. Should we give him some attitude? Should we make him look as real as possible? Opinions are always a good thing, and I'm always happy to hear what other people think. Come on, turn loose. Just trying to get a good amount of that in there. Now, this piece is a little trickier to get in. And of course, that concrete glue fills a little bit of the space, so I have to be a little creative here. And we don't want to accidentally send him shattered again. Let's see. Almost, not quite. There we go. So, he still looks pitiful, missing his whole cheek, but we have a start. So I'm going to come over here with my handy dandy paper towels. Clear some of this off of here. If anybody knows products that are easier to work with, I'm always happy to give them a try if you want to give me suggestions. It's never a bad idea to hear what other people have to say on something. Whoa, a little pocket there. That helps though. I think we're gonna throw the lid on here and give this guy a good squish up. Any concrete product you work with, you gotta always make sure it's well mixed. Even if it is something like this that comes in a tube. And I will happily link you to this product in my comments, because it does come in handy. I have used this on so many different types of projects. It's basically just, for all intents and purposes, a tube of squeezable concrete. And you can see it does a pretty nice job of filling those holes. Get in there. I think he's got just a little bit of a headache there. What do you think? It's always sad to think how long this poor guy has been sitting in pieces before somebody thought to bring him to me. I always hate to see really fantastic pieces just get tossed aside and forgotten because they're not as perfect as they once were. But then again, other people's losses are our gains, right? And perfect isn't always so much fun. Because usually if it's perfect, it looks just like everybody else's. Where when they come to us a little messed up, they can have their own personality and become maybe something completely new and different from what they were originally. And as I said in my previous video, I do intend to go over this with a thin coat of a mixture of concrete and plaster that isn't necessarily a traditional mix. I like it because it tends to be a little finer than just straight concrete, but it tends to be a little more solid than just straight plaster. So when I mold, personally, that's what I like to use. I think everybody has their own little tricks they like to use. And if you've ever done any molding and have a mixture that's worth trying, definitely let me know. I'm always open to new options. I'm just taking the opportunity while I've got it to fill some of these cracks. And we don't want to fix one chunk just for another to fall apart. Let's bring you guys down so you can actually see what I'm working on here. I would say, if I had to guess, that he got dropped. Maybe multiple times. He has just spider webs of cracks all over him. And I want to fill as many of those in as we can. And then, like I said, we'll go back over it. But for now, I just want to get some kind of security to the poor guy. Let him not feel like he's going to just fall to pieces anytime now. And I am just going about this with my fingers. Simply, I don't want to use anything that might be a little bit rougher right now because he is so very delicate. And I don't want to make more work for myself later putting him back together where I broke him because I wasn't paying attention to him. So he's getting a little better. He still has that chunk that needs refilled, but that needs a lot more than just concrete glue. Let's address the front here a little bit. Oh, there we go. Now he's looking a little bit less Frankenfrog and a little bit more just frog. Now that we've got that back a little more solid, we can come in here. Once again, I'm not going to try and rebuild that cheek with this stuff, but we do want to make sure that that bond is nice and solid. Come on, turn loose. There we go. I have actually missed getting in here and working. I've been dealing with a lot of crazy the past couple of days. Well, the past week, really. Sometimes life just gets like that. If you don't have some way to get away from it a while, you should definitely try different things. Get yourself a hobby. It's always good to have that little escape when life just gets to be a little too much. But I think we are going to let him dry at this point. He's looking a little better. And like I said, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.